Now, it may be open for a long time or maybe open for a short time, but I think we should not assume it'll be open for a long time. And we should assume it'll be open for a short time. And while the window of opportunity is open, we should make life multiplanetary.
What if the object speeding through our solar system isn't a comet, but a message from an alien civilization? What if everything we thought we knew about the universe is wrong? And we're not alone. Harvard scientists have just revealed something that could change humanity's future forever. An object so strange, so mysterious, it might not be an alien spacecraft, disguised as a comet. Silently watching us, is this the first sign of extraterrestrial life, or the beginning of something far darker?
I think we're at the dawn of a new era, and I think it's going to be very exciting. What we're hoping to do with SpaceX is to push the envelope and provide a reason for people to be excited and inspired to be human.
The object in question, initially identified as a comet, has been catching the attention of scientists and space agencies around the world. What's so unusual about this particular comet? For one, its characteristics defy the typical behavior of natural comets. When Loeb and his team examined it in detail, they concluded that this object, officially designated 3I/Atlas, could be something entirely different. An alien spacecraft cleverly disguised as a comet. At first, NASA dismissed the object as just another run-of-the-mill comet, but after further analysis, scientists began to reconsider their initial assumptions. According to Loeb and his team, the trajectory of the object seems too precise and unusual for it to simply be a natural object. They argue that this might be a spacecraft using a comet as a disguise. In fact, Loeb's team, in collaboration with NASA, published a scientific research paper outlining their findings. The paper is titled, "Is This Interstellar Object 3I/Atlas Alien Technology?" It's based on years of observations, calculations, and analysis of the object's path, speed, and characteristics. What makes this object so intriguing is the strange path it follows. Normally, comets follow erratic orbits that are not precisely predictable. However, 3I/Atlas has a trajectory that raises eyebrows. It is aligned with the orbital plane of the planets in our solar system, which is an extremely rare and specific path for any interstellar object. The planets in our solar system, including Earth, orbit around the Sun within a flat plane. It's unusual for a comet to line up with this plane, but 3I/Atlas does so with remarkable accuracy. This precise alignment is not the only factor that makes the object suspicious. The way it flies past multiple planets is also noteworthy. Some space missions have used planets for a gravity assist or a slingshot maneuver, which allows spacecraft to gain speed and change their trajectory without using extra fuel. This is a well-established technique used in space exploration, but the chances of a random object following such a path and passing by these planets with such precision are incredibly low. In fact, Loeb and his colleagues have calculated that the chances of this happening by chance are just 1 in 20,000. But what makes the object even more mysterious is its origin. The object is coming from the direction of the center of the Milky Way galaxy. This region of the sky is densely packed with stars, making it difficult for astronomers to detect anything in that area. It wasn't until July this year that scientists finally detected the object, and it has since become the subject of intense study. Loeb also points out another oddity. The object's closest approach to the Sun will occur when Earth is on the opposite side of the Sun. This means that for a period of time, late in 2025, the object will be hidden from view. This is not unusual for any object passing near the Sun's position in the sky, but it could serve as an advantage if the object were under intelligent control. If it were an alien spacecraft, this would be the perfect opportunity to alter its trajectory without detection. The object could potentially adjust its course, and we would have no way of knowing until it reappeared. For scientists like Loeb, the idea of intelligent life in the universe is not just a possibility, but something worth considering. Loeb has been advocating for years that we should keep an open mind about the possibility of interstellar technology visiting our solar system. After all, humans have sent probes like Voyager and Pioneer out to explore space. There's no reason to assume that we are the only ones capable of doing so. In fact, with billions of years of technological development, an advanced civilization might be able to send probes across the galaxy without detection. Loeb's thinking is grounded in science. A comet is essentially a rocky object surrounded by volatile ices. As a comet nears the Sun, these ices vaporize, creating a bright coma and tail. This phenomenon makes it difficult for astronomers to see the solid core of the comet through telescopes. Loeb suggests that it's entirely possible that an alien spacecraft could be encased in a thick shell of ice and dust, making it look indistinguishable from a natural comet, as the internal systems of the spacecraft could be hidden by the chaotic thermal signature created by the venting gases, and radar signals would be scattered by the rough, porous surface of the object. In essence, a comet provides the perfect camouflage for any spacecraft. It's not a coincidence that many of the characteristics of 3I/Atlas match those of a natural comet, but when you take a closer look at the evidence, it becomes clear that this object may be something far more complex than what we initially thought. The possibility that this is an alien spacecraft, disguised as a comet, leads us to a number of important questions. Why would an advanced civilization send a spacecraft our way? What purpose would it serve? And most importantly, what implications does this discovery have for the future of humanity? Could we be witnessing the first signs of extraterrestrial intelligence? Or is this simply a natural phenomenon that has been misinterpreted? These are just some of the questions that scientists like Loeb are grappling with as they continue to study this mysterious object. The implications of this discovery are profound. It could be the first real evidence of intelligent extraterrestrial life, or it could simply be a very strange comet. Either way, the fact that such a remarkable object is making its way through our solar system has captured the imagination of scientists and the general public alike. The mystery surrounding 3I/Atlas deepens as we look closer at the evidence supporting the idea that it may not simply be a comet, but an alien spacecraft in disguise. There are several key factors that raise eyebrows and point to something far more extraordinary. While the object's appearance and behavior initially suggested it was just another comet, further analysis revealed characteristics that defy the natural behavior of such objects. In this section, we'll break down the scientific claims that suggest 3I/Atlas could indeed be an interstellar spacecraft. One of the first things that stands out about this object is its speed. When astronomers first detected 3I/Atlas, they were astounded by its velocity. The object is traveling at an astonishing speed of around 255,000 kilometers per hour, or 152,000 miles per hour. This is far faster than any known comet, and its velocity raises some important questions. For comparison, even the fastest comets in our solar system rarely reach speeds above 200,000 kilometers per hour. The speed of 3I/Atlas suggests that it is not simply moving under the influence of the sun's gravitational pull, as a typical comet would be. Instead, it appears to be moving with a propulsion system that is not immediately visible to us. This alone is enough to make scientists reconsider the object's origins. If it were a comet, the speed would be highly unusual and would indicate that it was under some form of external propulsion. In the context of a spacecraft, however, this kind of speed is much more plausible. The concept of a spacecraft traveling at such high velocities is not out of the realm of possibility, especially if the object is an interstellar probe designed to travel vast distances across the galaxy. The fact that 3I/Atlas is moving so quickly suggests that it may not be a random comet, but a purposely engineered object. In addition to its speed, the object's trajectory is also cause for concern. Comets typically follow highly elliptical orbits that take them far from the sun before they return to the inner solar system. These orbits are usually unpredictable and irregular. However, 3I/Atlas follows a remarkably precise path. Its trajectory is aligned with the orbital plane of the planets in our solar system, a feature that is extremely rare for interstellar objects. The planets in our solar system, including Earth, all orbit the sun within a relatively flat plane, known as the ecliptic plane. The fact that 3I/Atlas is traveling along this plane with such accuracy suggests that its trajectory may not be the result of random chance. Instead, it could be the result of purposeful navigation. Loeb and his colleagues point out that the object's trajectory is not only aligned with the ecliptic plane, but also brings it unusually close to several key planets in our solar system, including Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. This raises an interesting possibility. The object may be using these planets for a gravity assist. A gravity assist, also known as a slingshot maneuver, is a technique used by spacecraft to gain speed and alter their course by passing close to a planet. This maneuver allows spacecraft to conserve fuel by using the gravitational pull of a planet to change their velocity and trajectory. For a spacecraft to follow a path that involves multiple planetary flybys, such as the one 3I/Atlas appears to be following, requires a high level of precision. Space agencies carefully plan the trajectories of their spacecraft years in advance to take advantage of gravity assists and ensure they reach their intended destinations. It is extraordinarily rare for an object to naturally follow a path that involves multiple planetary flybys. In fact, Loeb and his team calculated the odds of this happening by chance at just 1 in 20,000. This level of precision is not something we would typically expect from a random comet or asteroid. The idea that an object could travel through our solar system with such a carefully designed path points to the possibility that it was deliberately guided or designed to follow this trajectory. But the unusual path of 3I/Atlas is not the only strange aspect of its movement. The timing of its approach to the Sun also raises questions. According to Loeb, the object's closest approach to the Sun will occur at a time when Earth will be on the opposite side of the Sun. This means that for a period of days or even weeks, around late October 2025, 3I/Atlas will be completely hidden from view. This is a common occurrence for any object passing near the Sun's position in the sky, as the Sun's glare makes it difficult or impossible to track such objects. However, if 3I/Atlas were under intelligent control, this blind period could serve a different purpose entirely. Loeb suggests that this hidden period could be the perfect opportunity for the object to alter its trajectory without detection. If the object is indeed a spacecraft, it could use this time to make a subtle course adjustment that would go unnoticed by astronomers. Once it re-emerges from behind the Sun, it could continue its journey without any indication that it has been intentionally redirected. The timing of the object's closest approach to the Sun and the fact that it will be hidden from view for a period of time raises the possibility that this object is more than just a natural object and could in fact be a spacecraft designed for interstellar travel. The precision of its trajectory and the timing of its approach to the Sun are both incredibly unlikely to occur by chance. Together, they suggest that 3I/Atlas may be far more than a simple comet. Loeb's team has laid out the probabilities, and when all of the factors are considered together, they paint a picture that suggests the object's trajectory was deliberately designed. But if the object is a spacecraft, what does that mean for the possibility of alien life? How did it get here, and what is its purpose? As we continue to explore the mystery of 3I/Atlas, it becomes increasingly clear that its characteristics are unlike any known natural object, further supporting the theory that it might be an alien spacecraft in disguise. The question that naturally arises is, why would an advanced civilization choose to disguise a spacecraft as a comet? The idea may sound like science fiction at first, but when we look at the science behind it, the theory begins to make sense. Loeb's theory is built around a straightforward concept. If humanity has sent probes, such as Voyager and Pioneer, to explore space, there's no reason to assume that other civilizations haven't done the same. With billions of years more time to develop advanced technologies, it's entirely plausible that an alien civilization could have sent probes across the galaxy, just as we have sent our own. However, these probes may not be as obvious as our Voyager and Pioneer spacecraft. Instead, an advanced civilization might prefer to send its probes in a more covert manner, avoiding detection by disguising them as something far more commonplace. A comet, as it turns out, is the perfect disguise. A comet is a naturally occurring object in our solar system, composed of a rocky core surrounded by a shell of volatile ices. When a comet approaches the Sun, these ices vaporize, creating a bright coma and a tail of gas and dust. This process, known as outgassing, is responsible for the characteristic appearance of a comet. As a comet travels through space, the gases it releases scatter light and create a bright, glowing cloud around the nucleus, obscuring the solid core of the object. This makes it extremely difficult to see the true nature of the object at its center, especially with telescopes that rely on light to detect objects. For an alien spacecraft, this behavior provides an ideal cover. If a spacecraft were encased in a thick shell of ice and dust, it would appear indistinguishable from a natural comet. The internal systems of the spacecraft would be hidden by the chaotic thermal signature of the venting gases, and even radar signals would be scattered by the rough, porous surface of the object. From an observational standpoint, the spacecraft would look exactly like a comet, making it nearly impossible for astronomers to detect any unusual characteristics. The idea of using ice as a shield for space probes is not new. In fact, NASA has studied the concept of ice shielding for human missions beyond Earth, both for its radiation protection properties and as a potential resource for in-flight use. The concept of encasing a spacecraft in a thick layer of ice to protect it from cosmic radiation, micrometeoroids, and other space hazards is sound from an engineering perspective. Not only would it protect the spacecraft, but it would also provide an excellent cover to make the object appear as though it were just another comet. This type of camouflage would allow the spacecraft to travel through space without drawing attention to itself. From a scientific standpoint, the use of ice to disguise a spacecraft is both practical and clever. It serves as a protective barrier for the spacecraft, shielding it from the harsh conditions of space, while also masking its true nature. The fact that 3I/Atlas exhibits all the characteristics of a comet, such as a bright tail, outgassing, and an irregular surface, suggests that it could indeed be a spacecraft using this form of camouflage. The combination of speed, trajectory, and the comet-like appearance makes it increasingly difficult to dismiss the idea that 3I/Atlas is anything other than an alien craft. One of the key factors that Loeb points out is that a comet, by its very nature, is something that no one would question. It's a familiar object in our solar system, and its presence is expected. Every time a comet enters our solar system, it generates excitement and curiosity, but it's not considered a threat. This makes a comet the perfect cover for an alien spacecraft. If an advanced civilization wanted to send a probe to our solar system, they would likely choose this method of concealment. After all, no one would question the presence of a comet, and the spacecraft could travel through our solar system without attracting undue attention. This idea of an alien spacecraft disguised as a comet is not just a theoretical concept. It has practical implications for the way we approach the study of interstellar objects. Loeb has spent years urging scientists to keep an open mind about the possibility of interstellar technology visiting our solar system. If we humans are capable of sending spacecraft like Voyager and Pioneer to explore distant parts of the galaxy, it stands to reason that other civilizations, especially those with far more advanced technologies, could do the same. The challenge, however, is that these advanced civilizations may have far more sophisticated methods of hiding their spacecraft than we do, making detection a difficult task. Loeb's thinking is grounded in the possibility that advanced civilizations may have been using this kind of stealth technology for billions of years. The technology to send a spacecraft across the galaxy disguised as a comet could be well within the reach of such civilizations. After all, space travel on an interstellar scale is not as far-fetched as it once seemed. With advancements in propulsion systems and energy sources, it's possible that an advanced civilization could have the capability to send probes across vast distances, either for exploration or observation. In the case of 3I/Atlas, it is the combination of its physical characteristics, its speed, and its trajectory that make the case for a spacecraft disguised as a comet even stronger. The object's speed, far faster than any known comet, suggests that it is not simply a natural object moving under the influence of gravity. It could be under some form of propulsion, allowing it to travel at such high speeds. Furthermore, its trajectory, which seems perfectly aligned with the ecliptic plane and brings it close to multiple planets, suggests that it has been intentionally guided or steered along a precise path, and its apparent resemblance to a comet, complete with a coma tail and outgassing, makes it difficult to distinguish from a natural object, masking its true nature. This raises the question, if 3I/Atlas is indeed an alien spacecraft, what is its purpose? Why would an advanced civilization send a spacecraft to our solar system? There are several possibilities. One potential explanation is that it could be an exploratory mission sent to gather scientific data about our solar system. It's possible that the spacecraft is simply observing, studying the planets, the sun, and the conditions in our solar system. If that's the case, the mission could be purely peaceful, with no intention of interaction with humanity. On the other hand, there is also the possibility that the spacecraft could be a precursor to something more sinister. Loeb has warned that if the object is indeed alien in origin, we should assume it may be hostile until proven otherwise. Throughout human history, when technologically advanced civilizations have encountered less advanced societies, the results have rarely been positive for the latter. The idea of a Trojan horse, something appearing to be a gift but concealing an attack, has historical precedent. If the object is an alien spacecraft, it could potentially be gathering information about Earth, observing our defenses, or preparing for a less peaceful interaction. The true nature of 3I/Atlas may remain a mystery for now, but one thing is clear. The possibility that this object is an alien spacecraft in disguise is not something that can be dismissed lightly. The evidence is mounting, and the implications of this discovery could change the way we think about extraterrestrial life and our place in the universe. As scientists continue to study 3I/Atlas and its trajectory, we may uncover more clues that point to its true nature. Whether it's an alien probe, a harmless comet, or something else entirely, the arrival of this mysterious object is a reminder that the universe is full of surprises, and the truth may be far stranger than we could have imagined. As we come to the final part of our analysis of 3I/Atlas, it's essential to consider the potential implications of this mysterious object, particularly if it is, as some scientists suspect, an alien spacecraft in disguise. The stakes are high, and the questions are not just about what the object is, but what its presence could mean for humanity. Could we be facing the first signs of extraterrestrial intelligence, or is this just an unusual cosmic event that has been misinterpreted? As we explore these possibilities, we must also consider the larger context of the universe and our place within it. One of the most chilling aspects of this discovery is the possibility that 3I/Atlas is not just a spacecraft, but a precursor to something far more significant. If this object is indeed a probe from an advanced civilization, it raises questions about the intentions of those who sent it. What is its purpose? Is it just observing, or is it preparing for something more? Could we be witnessing the first step in a larger interaction with extraterrestrial life? Or is it simply a cosmic traveler passing through our solar system? These questions are difficult to answer, but they are crucial to understanding the potential risks and rewards of this discovery. One of the key figures in this discussion is Stephen Hawking, who famously warned humanity about the dangers of broadcasting our existence to the cosmos. His argument was simple yet profound. Any civilization capable of reaching us would almost certainly have technology far beyond our own, and they might not see us as equals. Instead, they could view us as a potential threat. In the dark forest, few of the universe's advanced civilizations stay silent to avoid drawing the attention of more powerful predators. When a new species like humanity makes noise, it risks being noticed and eliminated before it becomes too powerful. Hawking's warning was not based on malice, but on survival. If 3I/Atlas is an alien spacecraft, it could be a direct consequence of humanity's actions over the past century. We have been broadcasting signals into space for decades. From radio and television transmissions to deliberate messages like the golden records aboard the Voyager spacecraft. Our technological awakening has been unmistakably loud, and we've had only 1 century of science since the discovery of quantum mechanics. An advanced civilization, on the other hand, might have millions or even billions of years of technological development behind it. The thought that we might have inadvertently attracted the attention of an alien species, one far more advanced than us, is both thrilling and terrifying. If 3I/Atlas is indeed an alien spacecraft, it might be part of a much larger strategy or mission. The implications of such a discovery would be enormous, not just for our understanding of the universe, but for the future of humanity itself. The presence of an alien spacecraft in our solar system would be a game changer, forcing us to rethink everything we know about life, technology, and our place in the cosmos. The question becomes, if the object is not just a harmless visitor, but an active part of an extraterrestrial plan, what happens next? Loeb himself has warned that if this object is indeed alien technology, we should assume it is hostile until proven otherwise. This perspective is based on the historical record of human contact with other civilizations. Throughout history, when more technologically advanced explorers have arrived in less developed civilizations, the outcomes have rarely been positive for the latter. Whether it's the arrival of European explorers in the Americas or the colonization of Africa, the story of human history is filled with examples of advanced civilizations imposing their will on less advanced ones. If 3I/Atlas is an alien spacecraft, we might be facing a similar situation, where we are the less advanced civilization and the spacecraft's mission could be anything but peaceful. This is probably what happened to Islam. But what if the object is not hostile? What if it is simply an exploratory probe sent to gather information about our solar system and its inhabitants? In this case, the arrival of 3I/Atlas could represent the first peaceful contact with an extraterrestrial civilization. While the idea of first contact is a source of fascination and excitement for many, it also comes with significant risks. As this object is an alien probe, it could be gathering information about our defenses, our technological capabilities, and our behavior. It could be observing us from a distance, waiting for the right moment to make contact. Or it could be waiting for a time when we are more advanced and capable of meaningful communication. Either way, the presence of such an object would mark the beginning of a new chapter in the history of humanity. If 3I/Atlas were to make an impact on Earth, it could be a catastrophic event. Even though it is currently traveling at high speeds, it is still possible for it to reach Earth's vicinity, and the consequences of such an encounter could be devastating. If the object is a comet, its collision with Earth would unleash an amount of energy far greater than any nuclear explosion. A collision with a 12-meter-wide object traveling at such speeds would create massive tsunamis, firestorms, and global devastation. The impact could cause widespread destruction, wiping out entire ecosystems, causing agricultural collapse, and potentially leading to mass extinction. Even if the object were merely a natural comet, the consequences could be catastrophic for life on Earth. If the object is not just a comet but an alien spacecraft, the implications are even more profound. An alien spacecraft with the capability to travel across the galaxy would possess technology far beyond anything we can imagine. The potential for such a spacecraft to be armed, or to carry smaller probes designed to gather intelligence or prepare for future actions, would be a cause for significant concern. It potentially observe our defenses, monitor our progress, and prepare for an interaction, whether peaceful or not. The possibility of a hostile encounter with an extraterrestrial civilization is something that humanity must consider seriously, as the consequences of such an event could be far-reaching and irreversible. There are already whispers of a response plan being developed by NASA, known informally as SHIELD 3. This program, according to those familiar with its details, is aimed at developing a rapid response capability in case of an impending threat from space. The plan would involve modifying an existing spacecraft to intercept 3I/Atlas and either study it up close or, if necessary, disable it. This mission would be extremely challenging, as matching the velocity of an object traveling at such high speeds would require technology far beyond what we currently possess. It would also require careful planning and preparation to ensure that the mission could be launched in time to intercept the object before it reaches Earth. For now, the plan remains theoretical, and scientists are closely monitoring the object's trajectory to see if it will follow the expected path. If it does, astronomers will continue to study the object and its characteristics. However, if the object changes course or displays behavior that suggests intelligent control, it could mark the beginning of a new chapter in human history. This is a moment of truth for humanity, and the world is watching closely to see what will happen next. As 3I/Atlas approaches its closest point to the Sun and eventually passes behind it, we will have a brief window of time where we will not be able to monitor its movements. This blind period could be the perfect opportunity for the object to alter its trajectory without detection. When it re-emerges from behind the Sun, scientists will be able to determine if its path has changed in ways that suggest control, which would have profound implications for our understanding of the universe and the potential for contact with extraterrestrial civilization. As we continue to follow the story of 3I/Atlas, the question remains, is it just a comet, or is it something far more extraordinary? The truth is, we may never know for certain, but the implications of this discovery are too significant to ignore. Whether it's an alien spacecraft, a natural comet, or something else entirely, the arrival of 3I/Atlas serves as a reminder that the universe is vast and full of mystery. As we look to the stars, we may find that we are not alone, and the answers to the greatest questions of our existence may be just beyond our reach.